Welcome! Today we're diving into a really powerful story, the parable of the bamboo tree. It's one of those ideas that might just completely change how you think about progress, especially on those days when it feels like you're going absolutely nowhere. So let me ask you this. Have you ever felt that? You're putting in the hours, you are doing the work every single day, but when you look up to see how far you've come, it's just nothing. It's got to be one of the most frustrating feelings out there, and honestly, it's the exact moment when most of us feel like quitting. To really get into this feeling, let's follow the story of a young person named Ethan. I have a feeling a lot of us are going to see a little bit of ourselves in his struggle. Okay, so Ethan was all in. He was practicing a new skill every single day with some serious dedication. But then, he just hit a wall, a total plateau. No matter how much effort he put in, he just wasn't getting any better. And he was right there, right on the edge of just giving up completely. But right at that moment, just as he was about to quit, an unexpected encounter kind of changed everything. And it all started with a farmer's very strange parable, a really unexpected lesson in growth. See, there was this old, wise farmer in his village who'd been watching Ethan struggle day after day. So one afternoon, the farmer sits down with him and decides to tell him the story of the Chinese bamboo tree. And the farmer kicks it off with a question that just stops Ethan in his tracks. He says, "Have you ever heard of a tree that shows no visible growth for 4 whole years?" Ethan, of course, had no idea. And this is where the story gets really good, because the farmer starts to reveal the truth about the bamboo's hidden growth and what's really happening beneath the surface when it looks like nothing is going on at all. So the farmer explains the incredible patience it takes. For 4 straight years, you have to water the ground and fertilize it. You might get a tiny little sprout in that first year, but after that, zip, nothing. Year 2, 3, 4, no change you can see. Can you just imagine the faith it takes to keep going? But, and this is the whole secret, it's not that nothing is happening. Oh, far from it. During those 4 years of total silence above ground, the tree is working like crazy underneath, building this massive, complex, super strong root system that's getting it ready for what's next. And that foundation, that's everything. All that unseen work, all that daily watering, it's all preparing the tree for something absolutely spectacular. And then, in the 5th year, after all that waiting, everything changes. The bamboo tree literally explodes out of the ground. It shoots up an unbelievable 90 feet into the air. Now, to put that in perspective for you, that is as tall as a 9-story building. And get this is the wildest part. It does all of that growing in just 6 weeks. So you tell me, did the tree grow 90 feet in 6 weeks? Or did it really take 5 years? Well, the answer is pretty obvious, right? It took 5 years. The first 4 just happened to be invisible. And this story, it just perfectly illustrates the huge difference between 2 forces that drive all of us: motivation versus discipline. You can think of it as a flash of light versus a slow-burning fire. The farmer laid it out so well for Ethan. Motivation, he said, is a flash of light. It's that huge burst of energy you get at the very beginning, right? When you start something new or you watch an inspiring video, it's awesome, but it doesn't last. But discipline, he went on, is the fire that burns slowly every single day. It's not flashy. It's not always exciting. It's that quiet, steady commitment to just show up and do the work, especially on the days when that motivation is long gone. So here's how it breaks down. Motivation is that exciting feeling that makes you buy a gym membership on January 1st. But discipline, that's what actually gets you to the gym on a cold, rainy Tuesday morning when you'd much rather stay in bed. One is chasing the high of seeing results, and the other just trusts the process. Which brings us to this big idea, the invisible foundation. It's the sum of all that daily disciplined work. It's what builds the capacity for your future success, even when you can't see any progress at all, not to the outside world, and maybe not even to yourself. Okay, it's a great story, for sure. But the real question is, how do we actually apply this idea to our own lives? Well, it all comes down to learning how to water your own roots. So building your own foundation really comes down to a few key things. First, you got to focus on the daily process, just doing the thing, instead of obsessing over the daily results. Second, you have to trust that your effort is building that unseen strength. And maybe most important of all, show up consistently especially when you don't feel like it. If you can do that, you can have faith that your own breakthrough is on its way. And I really want you to remember this. Your big breakthrough moment, your 90-foot growth spurt, it isn't going to be a matter of luck. It's being prepared for, right now, by the unseen, totally unglamorous, but absolutely essential discipline you're practicing today. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. As you're working towards your goals, becoming the person you want to be, just ask yourself, what unseen roots are you building today?